It's impossible. It is literally impossible to get away from the Ukraine war. I was on the plane, and they have live TV on the planes now. And I thought, let me see what live news is. Every literally channel, and this is now after a number of weeks, every channel I changed to was speaking about the Ukraine war, BBC, CNN, etc. But one thing it has shown us is the hypocrisy. The rhetoric which has come out of the Ukraine war for people who are other than white, for people who are other than Christian, it has really shown us the hypocrisy and the racism. See, since childhood, we have been told that this society's values treats everybody's equal. And that's what they say. You talk about diversity, you talk about equality, etc. But what we have really seen is that actually your best passport into these countries is the complexion of your skin. That is your greatest passport, is the complexion of your skin. So you must have heard the news anchors speaking about blue-eyed, blonde-haired Ukrainians. See, you must understand, when a person says blue-eyed, blonde-haired individuals, there's something very sinister there. What's that? What is that? What is sinister? What you are really saying is that anybody who is not blue-eyed, blonde-haired, that's what the rhetoric Hitler used for the Aryan race. Although he wasn't blue-eyed, he wasn't blonde-haired, but he spoke about our race, the Aryan race, which is blue-eyed, blonde hair. What you really are saying, without saying it directly, is that anybody who is not blue-eyed, who is not blonde-haired, who is not white in complexion, is actually inferior. Otherwise, there's no need to mention it. Is actually a lesser individual based on his color and based on the color of his eyes and the color of his hair. When you say, you must have heard them speaking about, oh, civilized nation, this is Europe. Can't believe it's happened in a civilized nation. So what you are saying is that anybody who is not in Europe are uncivilized. To be civilized, this is not Iraq we're speaking about, or Syria we're speaking about, or Rwanda we're speaking about. This is the civilized world. To use the word civilized naturally means that other nations are uncivilized. And these words are what dehumanizes others, individuals. They dehumanize. They cause the other. So when a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, light-complexion person flies over Iraq and drops bombs on women and children, well, they're not blue-eyed. The one pressing the button is the blue-eyed one. Those that the bombs are falling on are not blue-eyed, are not blonde-haired. Therefore, they're lesser individuals. And you can always guarantee that the blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy will always be the goodie. From the days of cowboys, for those who are old enough to remember John Wayne and these guys, John Wayne was always the good guy. It was the poor, occupied, killed, tortured Red Indians, native Indians, who were the baddies. I do not recall in my life ever growing up where the West has involved itself in some war where they are the bad guys. So these kind of languages, when they say, oh, these are not your usual refugees. These are not Iraq, from Syria. They're not from Africa. They're not from Afghanistan. These are individuals who could be your neighbors. And we've heard the rhetoric regarding refugees for many years. You know, oh, Europe is overburdened. Europe can't manage with the refugee crisis. And all of a sudden, even the most racist countries like Bulgaria, Hungary, and the entirety of Europe have opened their doors for the refugees. See, this is what you call hypocrisy and double standards. Don't say it if you don't believe it. If you don't believe it, don't say it. But we hear this again and again. And you can turn around and say, oh, but they're better than many Muslim countries, and we agree. But all these Muslim countries they don't talk about equality. They don't talk about diversity. Our countries do.